everyone, we're going to do a quick con lesson on box plots. So just as a reminder, your steps are to list the data in order from least to greatest, identify any outliers. So your lower extreme is your minimum, your upper extreme is your maximum, your median, and then you need your first and third quartiles, also known as your Q1 and your Q3. We're going to create a number line. In con, it's already given for you, and then we're going to draw a box around the area between the first and third quartiles, and then draw lines extending from the box to those lower and upper extremes, also known as your minimum and your maximum. So the first question that we have here on con looks like this. So we are given some data, it's already in order from least to greatest, and we need to choose between these three box plots that have already been created. They're asking us which one correctly summarizes the data. So I'm going to show you on paper. It's typically easier to write it out on paper. So we're given these numbers. We had 1 through 14. 1 is your minimum, 14 is the maximum. I used the orange marker to cross out as I got toward the center. So I found a median of 9. Now I actually had 2 9s in the middle. So you have to be really careful here. So when you have 2 9s in the middle, you add them together, divide by 2, 18 divided by 2 is still 9. So 9 is your median. That means that this 9 now goes back into your lower half, and this line goes up into your upper half, okay? So that gives you an odd number on the left again for your lower half. So you cross out, you get a 5 as your lower quartile. In the upper half, you cross out, you get an 11 as your upper quartile. If you did not include that 9 and this 9, it would have thrown it off, and it would have given you a 4 as your lower quartile, and up here a 12 as your upper quartile. So you have to be really careful. Anytime you have 2 numbers in the middle when you're finding your median, you add them together, divide by 2. That's your median. That comes out of the data, and this guy goes back in. If there's only 1 number in the middle, because it's an odd data set, then it's not going to be included to begin with. Okay, so we'll talk more about that later, but be really careful. So we're looking for a box plot that looks like this. 1 is our minimum or lower extreme. 14 is our maximum or upper extreme. Everything has multiple names. They all mean the same thing, okay? They're synonyms. 5 is your lower quartile, also known as your Q1. 9 is your median, and then 11 is your upper quartile or Q3. Okay, so the dot plot we are looking for to match that. This one has a median of 9, but a lower quartile of 3. We wanted a lower quartile 5, so that's out. Check B. I have a minimum of 1, a lower quartile of 5, a median of 9, an upper quartile of 11, and a maximum of 14. So B is my correct answer. It matches all of the options. I had to do a little bit of work to find that out. Okay, so you only have 4 questions. Take your time and make sure it works. So for this guy, we have a minimum of 41, a lower quartile of 43, a medium of 44, an upper quartile of 48, and a maximum of 50. So right away, I can get rid of C. C is not an answer because its minimum needs to be 41. That still gives me 3 answers I have to look at, and that's a lot of data. And unfortunately, this will not work for these for whatever reason. Con has it set up where you can't cross them out. It highlights and then it chooses an answer for you. So don't even bother clicking on that. It's super annoying. Just ignore it.